So it's just based on observation, but lawyers that specialize in business law is like the rarest of the breeds. Like you look at every practice area, there are so many lawyers in every metro area. Personal injury, a ton of lawyers. Criminal defense, quite a few. Bankruptcy, quite a few. Estate on probate, quite a few. So many other practice areas, so many attorneys. Business law, fewer. It appears to be fewer than anybody else. So whenever we talk to them, we're always, well, the conversation always goes around, well, how do we get more business? Obviously, referrals, right? It's a no-brainer. If you're not asking for referrals, you should be asking for referrals from all of your existing and past clients. But many attorneys say that they do ask for referrals and they just don't get them. And how often do you ask for referrals from the same people anyway, right? So they're looking for more effective, more consistent ways of getting more new business. So that's they're talking to marketers, and many of them have been burned by other marketing companies, so they come to us with great reluctance and caution. So this is the way that conversation usually goes when they ask me, well, how do we get more business for our specific practice area? Here's what I talk about. You're in the business of solving business problems. Where do people go to when they have a business problem? They either ask people who have had a similar business problem for a referral, or they go to Google. It's no wonder that people go to Google, because whenever we need something, whether we need information or a service provider like an employment lawyer or a corporate lawyer or a criminal defense lawyer or any other type of lawyer, chances are we're going to end up going to Google. Especially this applies to lawyers that specialize in business law, because you can't just call your mom or dad or somebody you know and just say, who's a great corporate lawyer? Now, if you know a lot of other business owners, you may be calling on some of them and asking, like, who would you recommend? But people very often turn to Google to look for corporate lawyers. How do I know? Well, we have access to Google that shows us how many searches there are for various topics related to business law and how many searches there are specifically for business lawyers in every metro area. And there are so many. Yet the supply side is not that great. There are usually a few lawyers that specialize in business law, but not too many. So if I was running a firm focused on business law, here's how I would go about getting more clients. Number one, and this is the fastest way, two fastest ways actually. One is I would advertise my law firm and the services that we provide and solutions that we offer through Google advertising, what's referred to as pay-per-click advertising on Google or Google Ads. Why? Because when people search for a vendor, a service provider like lawyers, they will see those ads at first. Now, not a lot of people click on ads. Statistically, based on numerous studies, it's between 5 to 10% of all people who are searching for a vendor are going to click on the ads up top. And the other 90-95% will go to below those ads and will never click on the ads. However, ads are still very effective. They just do not get as much attention as organic search results. Now, I am sharing this information not so that you go and start creating your own ads. Believe it or not, this is a complex field. I'm sharing this information so you have the fundamental knowledge. So when you are hiring a marketing company, you know what to look for. You want to make sure that they're doing the right things, because there are so many frauds in this field that will take your money and do something for you, some marketing work, but will not deliver results. So you want to hire the best marketing company your money can buy. It will make a huge difference. Now, going back to pay-per-click or Google Ads, how do you execute on it properly? How your marketing company will execute on it properly? Number one, they need to do keyword research and come up with all the keywords and all the topics that people look for that relate to the services that you offer, the solutions that you provide. Number two, for every group of keywords, and the way that we group them is by looking at the types of searches, right? Informational searches, where people are looking for answers, specific groups, subgroups within informational searches, and then searches with commercial intent, when people are actually looking for a lawyer. You want both of those groups to come to your website so that you could capture them and start communicating with them. Now, you need to, or your marketing company rather, needs to create those ads that match search queries. So whatever people look for, the ads must match to whatever they're looking for. Cannot run generic ads. If they are generic, people are not going to connect with the copy of those ads and will not click on your ads, which will in turn make every click on your ad more expensive. Why? Imagine this. there are only 2 ads. One is yours and it's not performing very well because people are not connecting to the content of the ad. And another one is mine and it's really connecting to what they're looking for. So twice as many people click on my ad as click on yours. To Google, the space that our ads occupy is equally valuable. So in time, when Google sees that twice as many people click on my ad than do on your ad, they're going to raise cost per click for you by a factor of 2, give or take. So you are going to spend the same amount of money as I do, but you're going to get half of many people who are actually going to end up on your website. Devastating. I'll be making a lot more money and we'll be able to pour more money into attracting more clients. That's why it's super important to do this correctly. Next, whenever they click on the ad, you need to send them to a landing page, not the home page, not a service page, but a landing page that closely connects to what they were looking for, to the copy of the ad, so that it's a logical chain, right? I am looking for X. The ad says I am offering X. The copy of the landing page says we do X. Next, your website should be of competitive grade. What I mean by that is it shouldn't be any worse than your competitors, visually, from user experience standpoint, and the information that it has there. Why does it need to be of competitive grade? Because most of prospective clients are going to end up going to more than one website. And if your website looks lesser than your competitors, the perception that it's going to create in their minds is going to be poor. And when your website creates poor perception, it's kind of like a sloppily dressed attorney, right? You'd rather hire somebody who appears successful, who appears like they know what they're doing, rather than someone who's sloppy. That's why you need to have a website that's competitive grade. What's a competitive grade website? It looks great, preferably better than your competitors. It has all the right information that your prospects need in order for them to give you what you want. What do they need? They need to know that you have actually handled similar problems, or you have helped others solve similar problems as the one that they're experiencing. It's super important. It's not just service, it's about showing them what types of problems that you solve. It needs to validate that you are actually good at what you do. How does a website do it? By having testimonials and trust badges. What are trust badges? Trust badges are badges that have like Google's logo, for example, or Avo, or Super Lawyers, or Facebook, or better yet, all of the above. Then the ratings that you got on those websites, for example, 4.7 stars out of 5, and then the number of reviews that you got, 47 reviews. Those badges should be clickable, so when somebody clicks on them, they actually end up going to those platforms and actually reading the reviews. Why is this important? Because people do not trust what you say about yourself, they trust what others say about you. It's really important to not just be good at what you do, but it's also very important for those people, your prospects, to know that you're actually good to do business with. That's why people really care about reviews. Also, your website should have a unique selling proposition, or USP, and an irresistible offer. A unique selling proposition simply answers the question, why should I, your prospective client, choose to do business with you over all other available options in the marketplace? Most companies, most lawyers, most business owners do not know how to answer this question correctly, and it only makes sense. We usually do not know that answer, but our clients, our former clients do. How do we get that information from them? We call on 20 of them and we ask them the same 2 questions. Why did you hire me in the first place? And then the second question is, if you needed me again, would you hire me again? And you listen to those answers. About 10 to 12 people out of the 20 will give you very similar responses. Those answers will be the foundation of your answer to the question of why should I, your prospective client, choose to do business with you over everybody else. Now, that's one element. It really helps convert people when they visit your website because you give them an understanding why they should choose you over everyone else. Super important. The second one is an irresistible offer. An irresistible offer is simply something that's really easy to consume because the price for consuming that offer is very low. For example, a checklist, how to hire the right business attorney for your company. In exchange for that checklist, they give you their name and their email address. What do you do with that information? Well, think about it this way. Most people who will visit your website are looking for information. They're not ready to hire a lawyer, but you want to capture their information because it's majority. And today, they're just looking for information. Tomorrow, they will be hiring someone, and you want that someone to be you. So you capture their information, and then your website should be automatically following up with them. More specifically, it's your marketing automation tool that should be following up with them. You shouldn't be setting it up. An expert marketer should be setting it up. What kind of content should go there, or how do you follow up with them? First of all, excuse me, it should be automatic. So you shouldn't be spending time on that follow-up. And the follow-ups should be done via email. Every email should contain a question that they should be asking you or another lawyer specializing in business law, and an answer. How do you create all that content without spending tremendous amount of time, effort, and money? The easiest way is to do what I'm doing right now. People ask me these questions and I record this video answers. The strategy is called They Ask, You Answer. It's super simple, it's very, very intuitive, and you do not have to spend much time or money creating these videos. In fact, you do not have to use fancy equipment to record this. You can just use your phone. Put it on a $15 tripod from Amazon. Oh my God, my nose is so itchy. Put it on a tripod and just record these videos, and then have your marketing company put it on your website and on YouTube and tag it properly and have the right titles. And you're going to get some traction on your website, and you're going to get some traction on YouTube, because people look for answers to their questions on YouTube. YouTube is only the second largest search engine. Have the right information there, and the right people will be finding that information. Now, pay-per-click advertising, content marketing on the website. Next, faster way to get to new clients is have sponsored listings in Avvo, Superlawyer, and all other prominent law firm or lawyer directories. Why? Because many people will bypass the ads and go to those organic search results. And when they get to those organic search results below the ads, they are going to go to those directories, and if they find you up top, they may engage with you. And if you do not show up on page 1, they're probably never going to find you. That's why it's super important to promote, to have sponsored listings at those directories. You will get traction there. It's really important. Unless your last name starts with AA or AB, then they're going to find you on page 1 one way or another. But I prefer that you show up in the top 5 results, which requires having a sponsored listing. Super important. And an optimized profile with reviews and good description of what you do, the types of problems that you solve. Super important. Now, I saved the most important one for last. What is it? It's search engine optimization. What search engine optimization? It's a very comprehensive marketing tactic that gets your website to rank highly for all types of searches. Why is it important? Because most people will skip the ads, and some people will skip directories, and they will only look at the websites that they see on page 1 of Google. More people will go there than anywhere else on Google or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or anywhere else. When most people will look for a business lawyer, they're going to look for a business lawyer there. We have data that supports that. That's why it's super important to show up there. How do you show up there? SEO is incredibly complex and multifaceted. I will link up a different video down below where I do talk about SEO for law firms. You can learn more there, but this video is just going to get ridiculously long if I talk about SEO at length here. So, the bottom line. All of this is fundamental knowledge, but you should not be executing on this knowledge yourself. Hire the best marketing company your money can buy and have them do all this work for you. You will get better results faster at a lower cost, at least lower opportunity cost. It's a super important concept to remember. Because we have seen so many law firms who gotten burned by marketing companies, we create a really simple checklist that you can download down below. See, we practice what we preach. Download that checklist and use it in your interviews with marketing companies. This will allow you to select the best marketing company that your money can buy. Do not try to go the cheap route. You will get burned by going the cheap route, because marketing is incredibly complicated and you need to have experts working on it and giving you substantial amount of time and effort every single month. And for that, you need to have an okay or better than okay budget. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you start getting a lot more of those cases, start getting a lot more of those leads and clients.